Welcome to the K Factor, Kennametal's new quarterly news program showing you the ways we deliver exponential value. I'm your host, Lindsay Heider, and today we're exploring inventory management and what it means to our business. Let's take a look.
Well, inventory consists of many things. It consists of the raw materials we use in our manufacturing processes, the work in progress through our manufacturing facilities, as well as the finished products themselves. It's really important that we manage that effectively because any money that we waste in that process, if we build something we don't need or we build too much of something, we're not applying that to something we do need in Kennametal.
Our customers buy inventory. Having the right inventory means good customer service.
Wir erwarten, dass Sie die Verantwortung des Gesamtprozesses übernehmen, sowohl im Service als auch in der reinen Produktlieferung, als auch in den ganzen Servicebereichen. Das hat für uns überragende Bedeutung.
We measure on-time performance by identifying, did we get the material requested by the customer on the date we committed to the customer? And we measure that by very specifically, did we get it on the date that we committed to the customer or up to 7 days early before that date?
Die Liefertreue ist natürlich für unseren Bereich absolut essentiell. Wir sind darauf angewiesen, unsere Kunden rechtzeitig beliefern zu können.
Our goal is to improve our inventory turnover from 3 to 4, which will result in $100 million of improvement in cash flow related to inventory. We want to take this $100 million and reinvest it into our operations and things that matter most to our customers.
You can imagine an order coming in and maybe it's a custom solution. It has to start and actually even then go through engineering to have the drawings created and sent to manufacturing for approval. Then of course the factory has to take that information and build a product. And of course you have to have 100% quality all the way through that process before it's ready to ship to our customer. And then even when we're ready to ship it, we also have to work on the proper marking of the product, the packaging of the product, the documentation of that product to go to our customers. So when you look at on-time performance, that entire chain is basically a part of meeting the on-time performance expectation of our customer, and everyone at Kennametal has a part of that process.
Inventory management not only plays a role in our business, but also our customers. Now we'll take a look at our Toolboss services.
Toolboss is an industrial vending and software solution that was designed specifically for metalworking customers. It's an inventory control system that is on the shop floor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that enables our customer to manage their tools and supplies. It has 19 different drawer sizes, 4 different electronic cabinet sizes that can be reconfigured easily out in the field on the shop floor. Our customers use Toolboss by putting it out on the shop floor in place of a tool crib so that the tools are right at the machine at the right time when the machinist uses them. They're also using the software capability in order to track usage by job and by machine in order to help run their business better. We currently have over 500 customers globally that use Toolboss that Kennametal owns. We do this through our shared rewards program. We also have 500 customers that own their own equipment and manage it themselves. Benefits to the customer to have the exact tools they need right on the floor when they need them. We are able to set a minimum level so that it can reorder by EDI exactly when they get to a minimum level. That way the tooling comes in right with our lead time or with the customer's lead time. Another benefit is being able to reduce the transaction time in order to get a tool. Sometimes a machinist will have to go all the way across the shop to get to the tool crib to get a tool. We've reduced some of these transaction times from 30 minutes all the way down to 18 seconds. Love to have one of these in the garage because it can actually keep track of my tools. My son likes to take my tools and leave them out in the yard. This way I'd know when he took them and which tool he took so that I can make sure that he goes and gets it back.
David Buckberger and Buck Wild Racing are used to taking on extreme challenges, and now with the help of VIDIA high-performance tooling are achieving extreme results. Let's hear from David to learn how VIDIA gave his new rock racer a leg up on the competition.
My name's David Buckberger. I come from Temecula, California. I started Buck Wild Racing 3 years ago.
No, when Bernie and I talked about doing something together for VIDIA, I was in between cars. This is the 3rd car that I've built, so I've built 2 before this, and Bernie called me a couple of months later, maybe 3 months later, and says, all right, we're a go. Can you have the car done by IMTS? And I was actually in my garage when I got that call from him, and I was looking at a frame and an engine laying on the floor and a transmission over in the other bay of the garage going, yeah, no problem. I'll totally get it there. Don't even worry about it. So the result after that was 1,000 man hours that we put on in 5.5 months getting the car built.
I used VIDIA tooling in the manufacture of the trusses for the axle, in the brackets, the honeycomb milled work, the T-case adapter, just about anything that I need a custom solution for, I used my product on.
So our Super Bowl, our World Series is King of the Hammers, which is out in Johnson Valley, California. Johnson Valley is absolutely in the middle of nowhere, out by 29 Palms military base. And so when we go out there, about 40,000 people come and create a city on the lake bed to watch the race. So it's pretty intense. The race itself is 160 miles, 2 laps, about 80 miles of that, give or take, is rocks. The other 80 miles is desert. It's by far the hardest race on the planet. We only get about, out of 130 people that take off, we're gonna see about 30, 35 people actually cross the finish line. It's pretty exciting. It's intense to watch. It's a spectator sport for sure. We're expecting this car to get seen by about 20 million people over the course of a season. We did everything on a Haas, so we were pushing that machine about as far as it could go. But in the end, I got a car that's capable of about 130 miles an hour, 500 horsepower at the flywheel, and hopefully Vidya will cross that finish line in high order next year.
This year marks Kennametal's 75th anniversary. With this anniversary, we honor our past and celebrate our future. Tune in next time for more on our history. We hope you enjoyed this edition of the K Factor. Send your comments or story ideas to Corporate Relations.